what it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been staying in Cincinnati for about the last month. And this shit done changed me all the way back. Now, I ain't AB no more. When y'all see me, don't call me AB. I'm Twin. This shit changed me all the way back to Twin. This shit over with. They ain't talking about my 10 million. Al Heyman, the Stephen Espinosa, they ain't hit me up. They ain't talking about my 10. So I'm Twin. They ain't talking about my 10. So I'm Twin. Fuck that. I'm a street nigga. I'm a rapper. Full-time rapper. I told y'all that. So anybody that think they gonna disrespect and talk crazy to me, don't do it, because I'm at the point right now where I might rob you. I might rob you. I'm just being honest. Just because. This is normal day shit. I'm gonna rob the fuck out of you. Say something stupid to me. And my shit still dropping. Still adjusting the frame. On God. And I dare one of you rappers try me. I'm gonna do y'all bad. Y'all can't beat me. I'm gonna knock one of y'all out on camera and put it up. What, y'all gonna sue me? Like, then y'all career gonna be over. And if y'all wanna go to some extra street shit, I'm gonna shoot the fuck out of you. On God. On God and them. And you know I don't know who in them is.
Make sure to check out our sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They want to buy your cell phone old, broken, or you're just trying to get rid of it. You can contact them right at the number on the screen, text or call. Also, their social media and website is in the description if that's more convenient. If you share their social media accounts on social media, get a chance to win an iPhone. Go check them out. All right, we're going to talk about multiple boxing things here. Kind of a rundown video, man. Getting into Roy Jones basically called out Mike Tyson in Holyfield and said basically they picking on him. John Pascal calls out Canelo Alvarez, and obviously you've seen the video beforehand. Adrien Broner back in Cincinnati talking about he about to hit the block with it. So let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And like I said before, all you got to know is that he said he been back in Cincinnati for a month. So that's all you need to know right there. Nothing good comes to somebody or an athlete that goes back home. So I don't know why he left South Florida to come back to Cincinnati. Always tell people, you're an athlete and you still young, you get money, don't come back to the crib. And Adrien Broner, he got a lot of heart. We seen that in the ring. And when they shot at him and put them bullets in his truck or whatever it was, and they ran him across the border, the state lines to Kentucky, that ain't gonna stop him from coming back home. It's a story about the guy saying, the drug dealer saying Adrien Broner gave him a loan. It talks about people being jealous of him, how he beat his case and got out and got his life together in the boxing ring. So nothing gonna come good of Adrien Broner going back to the crib. I'm tell you that right now. He ain't mature enough. He immature. These dudes just like being at the crib to be, local superstars. You may not be a superstar in LA, you may not be a superstar in New York, but if anything, you like a superstar in your hometown. So ain't nothing good gonna come to that. And him talking about the $10 million, he not gonna get that, unless they throw him in a ring with Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, or he fight Floyd Mayweather or something like that. That $10 million ain't gonna come, and then they not even trying to talk to him and trying to say, hey man, you win this fight, we gonna make sure you get the money. So they don't have it right now. Especially they don't have it to get Adrien Broner. A lot of these boxing promoters are in a crisis. A lot of the money looking funny, and they talking about dropping the money. Adrien talking about rising the money, but he just made a good payday with Manny Pacquiao. He said he was holding his Pacquiao checkup, but I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? You just made some bread with Pacquiao. You was willing to fight Ivan Redcash until that fell apart, and now you want $10 million. Is it promotion? Is it pump faking? Is it to basically the dude who aimed for the stars, at least hit the top of the tree, whatever that old saying is it that? Or do we really believe he deserved $10 million? He may be looking at what Errol Spence getting, what Mayweather was getting. I mean, what they giving Manny Pacquiao, what they giving Keith Thurman, and what Sean Porter made. And he probably looking like, other than Pacquiao, Floyd, I'm the biggest name on PBC, looking what Deontay Wilder got. But it's as simple as this. If they let him do all this shit and he talking to them, or they know his number to reach out, they ain't got no $10 million for him. And does it hurt the game if Adrien Broner don't come back to boxing? It doesn't. Who is he gonna fight? He ain't won since 2017, 18, some shit like that. He ain't won a boxing fight, so he ain't integral to what PBC trying to do. But they should take care of him. You know what I'm saying? Off the strength, if the money is there some type of way, they should take care of him. If it's putting him in there with Earl, as a tune-up, since WBC gonna allow a tune-up, if he got to go through that traumatic experience where Earl knocked him out in Colorado, and to get to 10 million, let's see him get to 10 million. If it's going to the zone fight Devin Haney to get to 10 million, get to 10 million. If it's fighting Danny Garcia to get to 10, get to 10. But if the 10 ain't simply there, then you let him do what he gonna do. They don't care. They don't care about you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They don't care about you feeding your family. So if he want to be a rapper, and he got a lot of good rappers, good rappers by a lot of you nigga standards, a lot of prominent and new rappers on his new album. So basically, he challenging rappers to come try him. You know what I'm saying? He said if any rapper want to try him, he can put them hands on you, or he can put them choppers on you. And like I said before, it's been a lot of talks about Adrien Broner, still having the hand in the streets, and then having the fist in boxing. And I believe them to be true. I'm not gonna put his business out there, but you hear things. So he punched the dude on the strip. Broner don't care. He ain't lying about that. Broner still got a street dude mentality. Broner will put hands on you. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what he want to do, we all knew this story wasn't going to end well. We knew this wasn't going to be a fairy tale ending, but they don't have 10 million to give right now. A lot of these companies are in financial crisis. Don't forget, before this pandemic hit with the coronavirus, PBC was in talks to sell to WME, who owns the UFC. Top Rank was in talks to sell to the Zone and WME and another company. Now the Zone is trying to sell equity or sell the company to put more money in it. So it just simply ain't enough money to go around, especially for Adrien Broner to get $10 million. So especially when you ain't won in a few years, it's not there. But yeah, John Pascal called out Canelo to come be a two-time world champion at 175. He got the regular WBA belt, the same belt he fought Rocky Fielding for at 68. I don't really count that as a belt. It's either you the Super WBA, WBC, IBF, or WBO champion. I don't really count the franchise champion either. That's some trash shit. All right. But, at the end of the day, John Pascal is just trying to cash out. He had a close fight with Badu Jack. What's new with Badu Jack? Who else he going to fight there? He fought Kovalev a couple times. He going to fight Dimitri Bivol. Berturbia been and killed him. So it ain't too many people there, to fight. It is a natural progression that Bivol is the super champion, and John Pascal is the regular champion. But like I said before, I don't really see him winning none of those fights. Even with Canelo, I think it's more about the payday. And 75 is a weight class where Canelo can have his way. If you want to drag them dudes down to 69 pounds, a lot of them dudes would be willing to go down there because there's no money in the division. This is what happens when you have an international division like that, especially with Eastern Europeans in the division. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody to inject money into it. They need a prominent American fighter to do their thing at 75. And 75, from my recollection, it ain't really been a pay-per-view type of division. So it ain't been a lot of cash cows there. So it's natural to call out the cash cow that's right around your weight class. He could fight Gilberto Ramirez, but that ain't no money. He talking about buying himself out from Top Rank. So he tied to Top Rank, but really where you gonna go now if PBC is in some type of financial crisis? Is the question for him. So calling out Canelo, will Canelo take the challenge? He like fighting older dudes. They need an opponent for September. Why not? Canelo gonna beat him, but why not get the money? You ain't gotta pay Pascal that much. A lot of dudes, Danny Jacobs asking for 15, Billy Joe asking for around 8 million. You know what I'm saying? John Pascal will take the hot 5, and he'll be happy with it. So it's not a fight that I would entertain. I really don't care who Canelo fights at this point because it's gonna be an unfair advantage whoever he fight. He don't want to fight Demetrius. Jamal don't want to fight him. Golovkin, I don't care who to do fight at this point because he's impossible to beat with everything that comes with him. So when you already know the outcome of a fight, who really cares? No matter if you beat him, you lose. And if you beat them, you got to beat them again. They're going to make sure you don't beat them again. So that's boxing for you. But Pascal trying to call his shot. But there's really nowhere to run and how to make money at 75. Even with the contenders, you know, it's not a contender there. You can make easy money. What you mean? You talking about Adrien Alvarez, you know what I'm saying? Marcus Brown, High Rod. Everywhere you turn in that division is a tough fight for like low money. You know, it's not like, you know, some other divisions where you can get your bang for your buck, you know, with the champions or with other contenders. 175 is a division where you're not going to, you know, you're going to earn your keep. You're going to earn every dollar. You know, Goldsvik, you know, everybody's hard to fight there. You know, Badu Jack is a tough competitor. You know, so at 75, you know, you're going to earn your keep. That's the worst division to be an old lion in because, you know, those dudes are some straight killers. You're not going to just take a Floyd Mayweather outpoint beating. You know, you're going to take an ass whooping. Everybody up there got offense and can crack. Even Kovalev and Sullivan Barrera and Joe Smith Jr. can crack, and you know, Goldsvik can crack, and Beevil he got a lot of, you know, good punching combination. Perturbia Animal, Marcus Brown can crack. So you know, he fought Marcus Brown already and won. But everybody up there, you know, pretty much is high risk, low reward. It's the wrong division to be looking at. But yeah, I don't blame him for calling out Canelo. Call your shot. You just might, you know, get it and get a good payday and be able to get out of boxing. Pascal looking for big money fights, not just big fights, big money fights. And Canelo could bring that to the table. But let's end it off. Roy Jones did IG Live with was it Kevin Newman Jr. It was pretty good. Took some questions from Kevin, took some questions from, you know, people on IG, and gave some good advice. Roy is probably my favorite fighter of all time, or one of them. Mason having a bad dream, tripping. He sleeps. See, we got Mason down here this morning. He mad too. The nigga that woke me up. All right, buddy. But yeah, one of my favorite fighters, him, Sugar Ray Robinson. You know, some of Larry Holmes, some of my favorite fighters of all time. Aaron Pryor, Rory right up there. I think Rory got a argument to be one of the greatest fighters of all time, in my opinion. Especially, you know, just with his raw, athletic, and unorthodox style. But it was at one point that he was supposed to fight, you know, Holyfield and Mike Tyson. He was, you know, he tried to fight Holyfield for the heavyweight championship, according to him. But Holyfield said no. John Ruiz said yeah. After he did that, they was wanting to give him big money to fight Mike Tyson. He said no. Went back down and fought Antonio Tarver. I think he beat Tarver the first fight, but it was close enough to do it again. And we know that was the night, you know, Superman, you know, basically lost his cape, and Tarver, you know, ended him. And it was more to do with the weight loss and, you know, Tarver, you know, being a bad style for him too. And people say, well, Roy Chin was glass. And like, you talking about, like, when people say that, I want to address that for a minute. When people say, oh, Roy Chin was glass, how's your chin glass because you got knocked out by Antonio Tarver when you was old? When you got old overnight? You know, he put, 20 pounds of muscle on and came back down in weight. Who doing that? Nobody. It had more to do with, you know, him testing his body and pushing his body to the limits than it did with Antonio Tarver cracking him on his chin. He went 12 and dug deep when he didn't even have it physically versus Antonio Tarver. So in a rematch, he was physically done. People create these false narratives. If he had a glass chin, then, hey, you know, why didn't nobody else, you know, test it? Why didn't Montiel test it? Why didn't Roy James Toney test it? Why didn't Bernard Hopkins test it? You know what I'm saying? So people create these false narratives about, oh, this dude had a glass chin. Yeah, when I done moved up 20 pounds of muscle and came back down, wasn't the smartest thing. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, he basically said some dudes been picking on him, and, you know, some big name guys, you know, kind of want to fight him, and the only guys we know that's trying to, you know, get it in is Evander and Mike Tyson. He said he with headgear, he without headgear. He said he don't like bullies, and basically, you know, Roy Jones, you know, he just stopped fighting a few years ago, and that's sad to see him kind of carry on to his career that deep and kind of damage his legacy. It got to the point where he fought a fucking fan. I'm like, man, it's time to hang it up when you talking about fighting fans and doing sweepstakes like that. But he just kept getting knocked out when he was older, man, in a lot of fights, man. And, you know, kind of hurt his reputation with the new generation, you know what I'm saying? But when they go back and see what he was, you know, in the 90s and, you know, some into the early 2000s, he was a beast. But, you know, that'd be a nice little exhibition fight. I think everybody got a lot of testosterone built up. Everybody, you know, during the quarantine, everybody see clearly. Ain't no bars to go to. Ain't no, I thought this dude was about to throw up. Ain't no bars to go to, you know. Ain't nothing to do but train. But when the world open back up, we'll see who's still on cold. We'll still see who still want to be froggy and who want to leap. But Roy stay in shape. Roy stay in the gym. You know, Roy stay passing it down to the youth. You know, for Mike and Holyfield, they shouldn't be fighting. Either all three of them don't need to be fighting. With headgear, without headgear. You got talks about Mike Tyson fighting Tyson Fury in the exhibition. People want him to fight Deontay in the exhibition. Why? Still, it's like, what, 51, 53 years old. Evander Holyfield and took enough abuse to the head. It's no point. I don't want to see these old dudes. What I want to see is the top fights that happen boxing. And if the top fight's not going to happen in boxing, then, hey, man, I'm just going to do other things on my channel until we get those top fights. I just talk about, you know, news here and there, and I'll talk about post-fight reactions. But until, you know, these top dudes start fighting, I can care less. I don't want to see these old motherfuckers in the ring fighting. You feel me? They had their time. And this is what happens when dudes don't make the best fights and promoters don't work with each other to make the best fights. Now you get unnecessary risks. You get the Mikeys and the Kell Brooks jumping up multiple weight classes, and Leo stepping up with a fight he don't need to be taking to Javante. You feel me? And now you got the old dudes feeling like shit. Since these young dudes ain't gonna fight, let's get these fights in for charity. Now you got people talking about, you know, Fury and Mike Tyson and Fury and Deontay Wilder. You know, what does it prove? Nothing. Nothing. You know, Mayweather helped this shit happen. When he fought Conor McGregor, it made people, you know, want to see more and more fantasy fights. Even though, to me, it didn't live up to the bill. But, like I said before, I don't want to see it. You know, Roy didn't want to fight Mike Tyson back in the day. Evander didn't want to fight Roy back in the day. You know, it is what it is. We can move on. You know, it proves nothing. You know, it proves nothing. You know, if they want to hit the bag and they want to spar or do something like that, they too old to be taking head trauma. You just seen what happened to Roger Mayweather. We seen a lot of these dudes stuttering and slurring, and you see Frank Bruno and Nigel Benn trying to come back, and there's no need to come back. There's no need at all. But hey, y'all know what it is, man. Goodfellas Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Don't forget to check our boxing news playlist out. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation? Cash App, PayPal, description. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellas, Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.